There they are. And we're back. We're going to do a demonstration right now of how to use the pendulum practically. I've got a couple more, I just didn't find them in order to put them in this transmission. Okay, so we are back in and we're going to do a practical demonstration of how it is that we can use our pendulum. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is make a connection to the source of where it is you get your information from. You don't want it to come from you, because if it's coming from you, then the diagnostics are going to be incorrect. Okay, so you want it to be coming, hey Daddy Walker, how you doing? You want it to be coming from the source of all of creation. So you would make your connection to that. And at the end transmission, then we will do a connection together. So we'll do like a live experimentation, let's say, with it. But for now, I'm just telling you the steps, okay? So the step one is to be able to connect to your primary source. Then the next step you make is you clap your hands and you rub them together. So this is to energize your electromagnetic field, to bring up the heat, if you like, of the body. And then you hold your, which one shall I use for the demonstration? Should we use the orgonite? Yeah? Okay, so here's the orgonite. So what I do is I take the orgonite. There you go, Linda, the orgonite's there for you. So we take it in our right hand, usually, like if it's not sort of resonant for you to use your right hand, you don't have to, but typically you would use your right hand. And what I tend to do is I wrap it around my index finger over one time like so. So just wrap it, I take it from put the string on the inside, wrap it around the outside of my finger, and then take it not too far from the wide edge of the pendulum, okay? So you don't want to be holding it, this is what you don't do, you don't want to be holding it all the way up here, okay? That would be incorrect. Take it over, wrap, index finger and thumb to hold, and do not grip hard, okay? You want to hold it soft, okay? So let's say, for example, now I want to do some energy testing without using any words or statements. I just want to see the status of a situation. Here's my cup of tea, and in it there is ginger, cinnamon, maple syrup, and fresh cypress lemons. Okay, so let's check the tea and see what comes up. So the pendulum is telling us that the tea is a good one. Whoa, look how fast it's going. Okay, so tea's all good. Pendulum likes the tea. Now I just want to clear up with you that sometimes if a pendulum swing is really high, it can actually move my wrist. It's not me moving my wrist, but it's actually the momentum of the swing, the momentum of the swing that might slightly be rocking my hand. So if I wasn't holding the tea, then what I would do is put my fingers under my wrist so that there is no movement in any part of my hand at all. You start at a dead stop? Yes, always start at a dead stop. Or you just lift it up. I always do this to clear it, and then I let it do what it is that it wants to do. Now let's do another little demo. How about if I checked now my third eye energy center, my third eye chakra, okay? So, okay, let's do that one. Let's use another one now. Let's use the amethyst. So without saying anything, I will just place my left hand over my third eye energy center, and there it is. There's the wrap, not too far from the pendulum's top edge, and here we go. So third eye is rocking it. But you see, my fingers are moving slightly. I'd like to stop that so that you can see that it's working, okay? Right, so still checking the third eye area. See, I can do it without touching. I don't have to touch. So I don't know if you can see, but it's still giving me a positive reading there. Okay, now the reason why I'm drinking this tea, folks, is because I've had a very sore throat the past few days. So now I'm going to ask, checking my sore throat. Okay, up here I've had like, you know, slight swelling of the glands. Okay, so how's that going? Oh dear. So you see, it's actually spinning anti-clockwise. Right? So that's giving us a negative reading, but you see, it's not too bad. It's anti-clockwise, but the spin is tiny, which is telling us, in other words, that yes, it's kind of not so great right now, but a few days ago it wasn't so good. Welcome, Mexico City. This is Southern Cyprus Limassol with you this morning. How are you going, Hugo? So does that make sense, the various ways we can use that? Yes, does that make sense to you? Okay, so those are the ways that we can use it. Or perhaps if I wanted to, we've checked products. And so if I wanted to check, for example, an area of my room, yep, this room, like for example, I'd like to check the energy of this room. It's actually been renovated recently. My pendulum swings sideways, backwards and forwards. We're going to get into the diagnostics of what it means with the different swings, but we're going to do that in our next transmission, not today. Okay, so we've done 2 parts today, and we'll do 2 more parts. It's Easter Monday for you, isn't it, on Monday? Yeah, so we'll do the next 2 parts at the same time, your Easter Monday, because Easter isn't until May, actually, in Cyprus. So we're going to do that on Monday. So let's just check. I'm going to ask my pendulum, how is the energy of my living room now that we've done renos? And this is a heavier pendulum, much heavier. But like I said, I like the weight because it gives a nice honest reading. So how is the energy of the room? Hello, Maria, how are you? So yes, we've got a nice positive energy for the room. Although I'd probably like to give it a clearing anyway to just upgrade that. So should we do that right now? Should we clear the energy of the room and then check the reading again? Yeah? So give me a moment whilst I just upgrade. I'm now doing an energy clearing. Hello, my darling. I'm now going to perform an energy clearing of the room. Here goes. So what we're doing here is we're just using a platinum vortex of energy to clear all the newly added items to the room, the energy of the room. And we follow that up by making a wonderful installation, a golden frequency into the items of the room, to the energy of the room. And sometimes I take some of my sessions when I'm using like Skype for sessions. I use that, I do it from my living room sometimes if my office is busy, if it's occupied. And so I was very busy yesterday and did do that and did not manage to do an energy clearing after the sessions. So rebalancing, refortifying the energy of the room. Now let's check again. Do we have any changes in the energy of the room? And you can see that there's an absolute massive change right there. Massive. The pendulum swing was much smaller before, and now we have a much larger, much stronger. Right, so that was a very strong indication that indeed the room did need a clear. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, would you like to do pendulum diagnostics now, or shall we leave it till Monday? Your choice, it's up to you. If you're going to stick around, then we can do it now in a follow-up transmission in a couple of moments, yeah? Or we can leave it for Easter Monday. You would love it now. I need a few more to tell me now, and then if that's the case, then we'll do it. Otherwise, we're going to have to wait till Easter Monday. I don't work tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Okay, guys. So what I'll do, either or, what I'll do is I'll end this transmission and I'll come back in for a casual one, okay? And then we'll work it out from there. See you in a tick.